welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about dinosaur DNA. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so you might be wondering, why am I talking about DNA? Well, my book requires a DNA, and I kind of think I have a perfect idea for a way to make this DNA more fun. First things first, is that we need to know how we're going to get the DNA and how the DNA is going to be processed, I guess, is the first thing. So, first step is to extract the DNA from dead dinos with the dinosaur device. So, I'm going to have Steve and Bob go up to a dead dinosaur, probably ones that they killed or something like that, and they're going to use a device that will inject into their, or not, scan them, and this will create a blueprint for the DNA. So, this device creates a DNA, or a blueprint for the DNA. However, DNA blueprints are not reusable, but are farmable, and can stack to 10. So this allows for, obviously, each dinosaur is going to have its own DNA. There is no other traits that will go into there. The only traits that are going to be there are the traits of the dinosaurs that are in a dinosaur. Alright, if we take a look at this Natural History Museum website, there's a diet, carnivorous. Now, each dinosaur has a specific diet, such as this dinosaur, which I have no idea about, but this dinosaur is herbivorous. So, with those traits, with the herbivore and dinosaur traits, we can take a T-Rex, put a herbivore trait in it, so then it will eat plants, so then it's not as aggressive, is basically the idea that I'm going with. Hopefully that does make sense, and it will hopefully makes more sense if you watch this while reading the book or whatever you're doing. But yeah. So a display will show up on a screen showing the DNA strand with a number beside it, then fade. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. A number will show up on a screen. The device that they're using, it'll show up on the screen showing the DNA strand with a number beside it, then fade to black after 20 seconds of showing it. So this will indicate that you have a certain amount of DNA blueprints, which are just basically DNA strands, that you can then use to create a dinosaur. Now, we're not going to talk about mutating dinosaurs, like taking a T-Rex and forming it into some sort of raptor type of thing. That's not really what I want to do, so we're not going to do that. So it's just going to be changing the traits. Now, each trait, I'm going to have each time that you do create this egg or sort of thing that from DNA, you'll have a chance that it will decide that it'll fail, basically. And then we're gonna go more into it into another book, so probably book number 3. We'll go into more of how traits can possibly change or kind of fail within the dinosaur's behavior and stuff, and maybe make it not listen to whatever its traits are, and maybe go into a rage mode. Second step is to hook the device into a DNA trait sequencer. This will be a machine that will be put into this machine is going to be, this DNA trait sequencer is going to be at the trader camp in the first book. No, not on the trader camp. It'll be in a research center in the ocean. I haven't got there yet, so it's a little bit hard to explain stuff for the certain location of it, but this will allow you to pick and choose traits from DNA blueprints, or just stick with normal traits. Obviously, with normal traits, we'll have it as nothing's gonna go wrong, and it'll just be the the same, so it will just won't really do anything. But basically, I am wanting to create dinosaurs without using some sort of unrealistic way of making a dinosaur. Basically going through and doing what Jurassic World did with the DNA stuff. Everything will be automated. The only thing to worry about is picking treats and the time it takes to process. So obviously we're going to have a time to process things and traits. Traits are just basically what the dinosaur is, again. Then we go into step number 3. The third step is to incubate an egg to incubate. So an egg will be created, like a 3D printer will do. This egg will be created, then be moved to the incubation machine to be hatched. So just like a normal incubation machine. Each dino egg will have a peak temp to hatch. So maybe a T-Rex egg will be higher to hatch, whereas a Triceratops egg will be lower in temperature to hatch. The characters will have to control this themselves, so we will see them controlling it themselves, and then it will show a time on a monitor attached to it, but that time can vary with dinosaurs. And the last thing is just to raise a dinosaur. There's no other steps to it, and yeah, they'll just raise the dinosaur by itself, or by themselves. Most likely the Sheridan camp will help with that. There's another thing that had to do with male and female dinosaurs. I don't remember what that was, but I think it had something to do with hatching or something like that. Oh, right. No. So, I forgot. In order for you to hatch an egg, or to create this egg in the first place, the characters will need a female DNA strand. So you'll need to take a female DNA strand or I guess female dinosaur that's been dead, and scan that. They'll have the dinosaur DNA from there. Then I think they will be able to create it within there. That might seem more reasonable than just having normal dinosaurs. Going back to this device, I think we'll have it look like some sort of alienated gun or something like that. But it'll just scan. Also going back to the stacks of 10, this may change depending on whether or not I feel like it will be necessary. Also the DNA stacks, or the stacks of 10, I could possibly change that to where it's just inside the device itself and not in the trait sequenizer, but we'll see. Actually, no. This is how much you'll get. This is how much the characters will get. A stack of 10 of the DNA stuff. So they'll have 10 tries before they have to go out and grab more DNA stuff. So it's going to be a cap 10 both on this device and the sequenizer. And then I'm pretty sure that I will add this into the book at some point, but I'm going to add in that there's going to be a chance that with whatever dinosaur that I decide that Steve will create within the book, we'll have it to where they need to delete a blueprint and then grab a fresh new one. So in that way it's like a little bit like, oh, you need to go grab this. You don't have a female to create a dinosaur. We'll need to go ahead and grab that. So then it'll just add more. Hopefully this will be the last video on this first book. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll see you guys hopefully in book number 2. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.